What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Ravens Rundown. I'm your host, Joey Petersen, and today we are celebrating another victory as your Baltimore Ravens improve to 4-2 after dropping the season opener in Kansas City and then inexplicably losing at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Ravens have rattled off 4 straight. 2 on the road, 2 at home against 4 really good teams as the Baltimore Ravens took down Jayden Daniels and the red-hot Commanders by a score of 30-23. And I'm going to be honest, guys. In my opinion, that final score indicates that it was a little bit closer than I kind of felt that it was throughout the whole game. There was never really a time where I felt super in doubt that the Ravens were going to win. Now, I will say, when the Commanders hit that field goal to bring it with a touchdown, and, the Ravens so far this year have blown some fourth quarter leads. It's kind of what they've done the past couple of years. So there was a little bit of that in the back of my head, just saying, they're going to do it again. They're going to blow it again. But I want to give credit to this team because they did the opposite of that. Defense came up and made stops. Offense got first downs when they needed to. Derrick Henry was huge when we needed him to be huge. Lamar Jackson kept it and was huge when we needed him to be huge. And just an overall great team victory for the Baltimore Ravens today. Could not be happier. Let's go over some stats. And actually, before we do, welcome in, everybody. If this is your first time watching, how's it going? Hope you guys subscribe to the channel. This is the best place for you to be on YouTube if you're a Ravens fan. We get a video out every single day for you guys. We go live for every single game. I was just live for about 4 hours, and let me tell you, it was a blast. Had so much fun. Over 55,000 people were hanging out with me live during the game. It was awesome. So hit that subscribe button. Join me next time. And for any updates over your Baltimore Ravens, this is the place to be. Okay, now let's go over the stats. Jayden Daniels, 24 for 35, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns. Great game. Not what everybody has kind of grown accustomed to see from the rookie over the past 3 weeks, but still, almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns as well. Only 11 incompletions. That completion percentage down a little bit from what he's used to. Jayden Daniels also led the Commanders in rushing, 6 carries, 22 yards. My goodness, I cannot express how good this run defense is. It blows my mind every single week. It's amazing. They're amazing, and they showed the same thing tonight. And you got a mobile quarterback, and you held him to only 22 yards. Only 22 yards. It was awesome. Zach Ertz led their team, 4 receptions, 68 yards. Now let's talk about the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 20 for 26 on the day, so that's going to pass a good amount, but not like anything crazy. Only 26 passes, 323 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception as well. His interception was on it hit Mark Andrews in the hands. He just dropped it or bobbled it, and the Commanders picked it off. So I don't put that on Lamar. Derrick Henry, 24 carries, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Over 100 yards, over 2 touchdowns for him today. He was spectacular. First half started a little bit slow, but, man, when you needed him down the stretch in that second half, he couldn't have been better. And then Zay Flowers, 9 receptions, 132 yards. He set the record for most receptions in a single half in Baltimore Ravens history. And then I thought he was going to set the record for most receptions in a game in Baltimore Ravens history. That was 13. He ended the day with 9. Ended the first half with 9 as well. Went receptionless in that second half. I guess, this team just ran the ball a lot in the second half. They didn't really throw the ball a lot. And when they did, hit Mark Andrews a couple times. Also hit Rashad Bateman as they likely sprung open. And so did Nelson Aguilar for a big gain. And so, kind of those are your stats. Now, let's talk about some of my initial takeaways. This team, I love the fact, it maybe took them a while, maybe took them 3 or 4 games. We were all asking about it after the Raiders game, after the Kansas City game. What's this team's identity? It's obvious now. Everybody knows it now. This team knows it now. The fans know it now. The coaches know it now. It's so great to see your team have such a strong identity. This team runs the football, okay? And it does it better than anybody else in the league. They have outrushed opponents by 100 yards every single game. All 6 of them. The list of teams that have done that in NFL history, guess what? It's really short. It's 0. No other team has done that. This team is its best when it's running the football. And it got to run the football today. And they looked pretty damn good doing it. But the thing that I've loved over these past 2 weeks, and it's given me a lot of comfort in this team and their ability to win football games, is Lamar has been spectacular with his arm. Spectacular. Last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, late in that fourth quarter, you know you're not going to run the football, so you ask Lamar, you say, hey, go win us this with your arm, and he does it. And then today, I don't think you necessarily needed to do that, but there were a lot of long third downs that they converted on because of Lamar's arm, because of his ability to push the ball down the field with his arm and with his legs. I mean, we don't need to talk about that, but God, he was fantastic. He was really, really good. Before I continue on, I got to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that, of course, is Game Time. It's the place to go for the best seats at the lowest prices guaranteed. And if you are so excited the season is here and in full swing, you are going to want to give Game Time a shot. Game Time is the only place that I go for any college football or NFL tickets. Game Time is a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks. That makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff, show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching thousands of tickets. It highlights the best deals, including great and amazing deals, which are the highest value seats at the time. For some events, Game Time Picks also identifies a super deal, which is the best seat value in the venue. Guys, there's so many things I love about Game Time Picks. Love the last minute tickets, flash deals, love the views from receipts. I love the lowest price guaranteed, but I'm going to talk a little bit about number 2, those views from receipts. Because with the Game Time app, when you pick your seat, you pick your ticket, you get to see exactly what you'll be seeing before you even buy it. You get the 180-degree panoramic view. It's just so helpful. So that way you know your tickets are exactly where you want them. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. So before I continue on, I got to ask you guys, what is your one-word reaction to tonight's game? This is going to be the pinned comment on today's YouTube video. And so you're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break. To make that ad go by faster, give me your one-word reaction, whether it's awesome, fantastic. If you're happen to be a Commanders fan and your one word is damn it, you can use that as well. But let me know your one-word reaction down below. All right, let's talk about the defense, okay? Because I was impressed, okay? This Commanders team has given a lot of people fits so far, okay? And they hadn't necessarily played the best teams. But the last 3 weeks, they've scored over 40 in each one of their games, okay? Against the Bengals, against the Cardinals, and against the Browns. 40 points in each of those. And then they come here, and you hold them to 23. And that's 23 on only 2 touchdowns as well. You only let them find the end zone 2 times. And so I'm really impressed with what this team was able to do. I thought coming in this game, there's a chance that Jayden Daniels throws for 345 yards. I did. With how this secondary was looking and with how Jayden Daniels had been looking, it seemed obvious to me the formula, right? It seemed like, okay, they're like, he's going to torch us. But he didn't, you know? I thought the pass rush did a good job. I think the pass rush needs to be a little bit better. They gave him a lot of times to throw at times. Anique Ngakoue came down with his first sack in his second stint with the Ravens. Travis Jones, he was phenomenal today. Other than that, I don't think the pass rush is what did it. I just genuinely think that these corners played a really good game. Nate Wiggins is one of them. He had a bad pass interference call late in the game. But other than that, he was phenomenal. Great coverage, great in tackling. He left the game because he got injured in the, I believe it was the second quarter. Came back in, played the rest of it. Marlon Humphrey had a couple of great pass breakups. Brandon Stevens, and I mentioned this during the live show, man, every time Brandon Stevens gets targeted and like lets up a pass or a receiver gets a catch on him, it seems like he is right there. Like right there. Like he was a foot away from breaking up the pass. It's never like he gets torched. He just lets up a lot of catches. But he was pretty good. I thought Kyle Hamilton might have played his best game of the season. He delivered the boom. He brought the boom, as they're saying, you know, to some guys. And I thought he played a really, really good game as well. And it was a tall task. This Commanders offense had been lethal so far. They've been the best in football so far. And you're asking the pass defense that was the worst in football to, hey, go up there and stop them. And they did that. And I was really, really proud of them. Another guy I'm really proud of, two, I would say, Justin Tucker and Mark Andrews. Both played great games. I know that sounds like I'm like little broing them, saying I'm proud of them, and I know they're grown men and are much more grown and have much more money than I do. However, their starts to their season wasn't what they wanted, wasn't what I wanted, wasn't what anybody wanted, okay? Mark Andrews hit 2 games in a row without a catch. First time he ever did that in his career. Through 3 games, Justin Tucker's field goal percentage was the worst in the NFL. From a guy who had to have the minimum amount of attempts. But you get what I'm saying. And both of those guys came out today. Tucker hit 3 field goals from different distances. And Mark Andrews caught a touchdown pass and had multiple receptions. Caught an amazing touchdown pass. Man, the timing between Lamar and Mark Andrews is so evident, right? It's still so obvious that Mark Andrews is the guy he wants to go to with the football because they're so good, those two together. I love them together. But, man, Mark had a fantastic game. Had that bad drop earlier, but other than that, man, he shaped up. He was awesome. And I love seeing him going. And I think a lot of people are freaking out midway through this schedule after the first 3 or 4 games. And when I say a lot of people, I'll admit I was one of them. I was saying, what's going on with Mark Andrews? Like what is happening? But he was great. He was great today. A lot of them were great. And gosh, they just got me, I'm not going to lie, as John Gruden would say, they got me feeling nicey, okay? They got me feeling nicey. So I got a question for you guys. What is your confidence level in the Ravens this season? For me, it's grown every single week. I guess not after week 1 and week 2. It went down quite a bit. From week 2 to now, over this past month, it has grown exponentially. I would have said after Las Vegas, I was sitting about a 42. Now I'm thinking I'm somewhere in the mid-80s. That's what I'm thinking. That's where I am. Because we already know that this offense is one of the best in the NFL, and they show that week in and week out. They're phenomenal today. They can run the football like nobody's business. Lamar can pass the football like nobody's business. Zay Flowers was phenomenal. Proved he's a true wide receiver 1. You still got 2 tight ends who are dynamic with the ball in their hands. The offensive line has been phenomenal. And this defense, they played, I think, other than against Buffalo, their best game of the season. And so, what is your confidence level? You let me know in the comments section down below. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate it. For everybody who was on yesterday's live stream, it was so much fun. I had a blast. Love getting to do those again. I'll be live next Monday for the Monday night game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So come hang out. It's the best place to be. I can promise you that. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that sub button. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and enjoy this Victory Sunday.